Good evening. Good evening. Calm down. And welcome to the Reston Herndon Folk Club. This is a very, very special evening for a number of reasons. First and foremost, we're doing an honoring for our friend Holly Town. And I often say about the folk club that when I first came here over 15 years ago, that I saw this as a place where people love music. And after a few years of observing what goes on here, I realized that this is actually a place where people love musicians. And one of the most beloved musicians was our friend Holly. She and Niels added so much to our community in so many different ways. And when I was thinking about it, I was thinking, yes, I loved Holly as a musician, but the truth is Holly was one of the most lovable people of any sort, anywhere I ever met. Do you agree? So we take some time tonight to do special music arrangement where we're doing what is essentially our party format, where we do one after another. I will introduce the first person of 6, and then each of those will introduce the person coming after them. So I get less work to do tonight. I don't have to keep jumping up and down. You guys are going to do all the introductions. And then after 6 people, I will get up and do the regular announcements and things that required for the folk club to continue to do its wonderful volunteer business year after decade after century or however long we've been here. And so we know that this is a special night and that we're here to have a wonderful time and remember our dear friend Holly. In addition to that, one of the other most lovable people I've ever met is Richard Weil, and he and his friends are doing the showcase this evening as the band Silver Strings, and they're just fabulous. So we're so looking forward to them. So we're going to do Songs for Holly for the first 9 people. And then we're going to have the Silver Strings showcase, and then we're going to have a break. And then we're going to go back, and we're going to do the other 30 or 50 people that are on the list until we get done with everybody who's coming here today. I've never seen the board with 11 and 12 on it, and chances are people will still come in and want to be added to the wish list. So we'll just see how that goes. And now, because it's a showcase evening and there's a concert coming up next week, there's some extra little things we need to talk about. So here's Ben, our president, to tell you more details about this evening.
Oh, this is good. This won't take long. One thing we do to promote the concerts is to try to get people that don't normally come to give them free tickets. So we're doing that again tonight. This is something new we're trying. Those who have won already this season, please do not raise your hand, but others, and we're going to do that drawing just before the showcase, but I'd like to hand out the tickets now. So if you're interested in getting a chance to win free tickets to next week's concert, which is the Match Sellers, a young group who does some funny material, and they're also filled out this time by a dobro player and a bass player. So it'll be a 4-person group. The Match Sellers are actually a 2-person group. So that's going to be next week. And anyone who wants free tickets, please raise your hand.
All right. We're on the anniversary of Kathleen's death, and the bluegrass community is doing a jam session down at JW's in Springfield on Thursday evening from 8 to 10 or 11 o'clock. and they'll have a kitty out for charity, and the charity this time is for Grace Ministries, and they feed 80 to 100 people on the second Saturday of the month up here in Sterling. But anyway, bring your instruments. There'll be plenty of music. There's good food. I've been putting it on Facebook and sent a few emails out. But if you need to know about it, it's Thursday evening, and it's at JW's down on Backlick Road.
Thank you. So just a couple of other things related to the showcase, since we were speaking about that. In order to draw for the showcase, we have to know that you want to be a showcase presenter next month. And there are little slips of papers on the table in the back. And you can fill out that slip of paper with your name, and you have to confirm that you're a official paid-up folk club member and you haven't done a showcase within the last 6 months. But if you meet those conditions and you would like to do a showcase, you can put your name in that little box. We do not have a bucket tonight for $1 in the bucket. That this is a special evening and honoring Holly, and therefore that has been waived for this evening. So that's all the announcements I think we need, except the reminder that we are a listening club. And so we're here to listen to the music of the people who came specifically to play for Holly tonight. And I'm excited to kick off the evening's program with our friend Don Brown.
Talk to me, Don.
Check, check, check.
A little bit more?
Check, 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 check. Checking, checking.
Is there volume on that one?
It's all the way up.
Good, okay. You want anything in the monitor?
No,
Good.
no, I don't want to hear myself. All right. Last Saturday at the memorial for Holly, Holly's brother ended his tribute to Holly with a quote from Tom Petty's song, Wildflowers. So I thought it would be a good song to open tonight's tribute with. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill off the hours. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, find you a lover. Go away, somewhere all bright and new. I have seen no other who compares with you. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. You belong with your love on your arm. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, go find a lover. Run away, let your heart be your guide. You deserve the deepest of cover. You belong in that home by and by. You belong among knows you belong somewhere close to me, far away from your trouble and worry. You belong somewhere you feel free. You belong somewhere you feel free. Thank you. Next up, Ben Hamlin.
Well, I'll catch it in the first three. You got to raise a mic for this short guy that's coming up. I didn't know Marcy was getting up here. Oh, we got. You got a trio, Dan?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
I didn't know that. Just said Ben. Marcy, Greg will help you. Oh, she got pickup. Blue pickup, good. Blue and red and red. Oh, that makes good.
What's that?
Do you need a vocal, Marcy?
Yes.
Okay. Blue pickup, try
The-
Marcy. Man, you're in blue pickup, right?
Yes. Do I need to stomp it in?
I'm not getting any signal from her at all. Keep strumming it a little.
Let's just make it.
No signal on her.
The bass is in 10.
I got it.
Try.
Good job. I got the bass.
Got the
Got a red pickup.
guitar.
Whoa.
All right, I'm going to do a song that was written by Bob Ebden, who I believe is from England. That's correct, yeah. He wrote this, posted something on SoundCloud right after Holly died. I think it was the next day, and I thought it caught several aspects of Holly so well. He said that his comment was Holly affected many people, and this was the quickest song that he ever wrote. Lady of the Woods has had a busy day, spreading love and happiness along her way. Everywhere she goes, joy and gladness grows and spreads somehow. She's resting now. Lady of the Woods has had a busy week, spreading help and loving care to those who seek, supporting those who are lost, not caring for the cost, and with a smile she'll rest a while. The Lady of the Woods has had a busy year, best singing that you'll ever hear. The songs will fill your soul, make you lose control and break your heart. She's at rest at last. Lady of the Woods has had a busy life, spreading how to be a mother and a wife. But now we shed a tear, for she's no longer here, though always near, but resting. Thank you very much.
Hey, Ben, while you're up there, we go over try the blue pickup and see if it's working. Test it with a known entity. You can have fun with it.
Can I pull it out?
Yeah. It is working.
Here is Connie and Dave, and Nils apparently.
So soon after I joined the folk club, I bought an auto harp on eBay, and it sat in the case for about 10 years until Holly found out I had an auto harp. And
Give him red pickup.
she said, come over to the house and we'll evaluate your auto harp. And she evaluated my auto harp and said it was archaic and needed everything fixed. And so Holly arranged for my auto harp to be retrofitted with contemporary key structure and new strings and new pads, and then I had no excuse but to try to play. And Holly and Niels were very patient with me for trying to play, but this is the first time my auto harp has seen the light of the Reston Herndon Folk Club, and it's only for Holly. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with
on each. Thank you. Next we have.
Nancy, Terry, and Mike.
All right, showtime.
I'm back.
Testing. Is this on? I don't know if this one's on. I don't think it is. Testing. Testing. Can you hear it? Hi, everyone. I'm Nancy, and this is my sister Terry. And
Testing.
we were discussing what song we'd like to do for Holly. And so we came up with this one. This is one we wrote back in, 1999, if you can believe it. And it was based on a family, not well, it was a kind of a Terry's in-laws. She was at a special dinner, and they were arguing. There was one, they were doing exactly what you're not supposed to do at the table, and that is talk about religion. So one was a Christian and one was a secular humanist, and they were both getting in a big argument about whether God exists. And Terry got home and called me and said, you wouldn't believe the discussion they had, and it was at a Passover dinner, to make matters even more complicated. And I said, and she said, but you know, really, Nancy, they're all arguing, but it's all the same thing. It's all about love. So, you know, aren't we all just the same? And I said, darn, Terry, that sounds like a song. So it's called The Power to Love, and it's dedicated to Holly, and you know, she was all about love.
The power to love. I know a man who only believes in what he can touch and what he can see. Nothing exists except what he knows, and all that he knows is all he shows. If you believe in love, you believe in God. God is love and love is God. If you believe in love, you believe in God. God is love. Said another, I disagree. God exists above that tree, and I don't see all that I know, and I don't know all that I see. If you believe in love, you believe in God. God is love and love is God. If you believe in love, you believe in God. God is love. Is he here? Is he there? Seems his love is everywhere. The power to love, the power to pray. Let's live his life every day. If you believe in love, you believe in God. God is love and love is God. If you believe in love, you believe in God. God is love. God is love. God is love.
Thank you. Okay, our next up is Jim Nagel.
stool sit, stand?
School was back.
Okay. Anybody lonesome?
For this, I am Jerry and some other people coming up. No pickup. I need a mic in this guitar because I have a pickup.
I don't know. Thank God. Just like I'm Where did he come?
Well, you told me you gave me a picture pass.
Yeah.
So I don't have any auto harp, but I do have this 12-string guitar, and it's about the closest I can come to sort of sounding in the vein of an auto harp. So I'm going to do this song that I use the 12-string for, since there aren't a lot of them in my repertoire, but this is one of them. It's a Gordon Lightfoot song called Saturday Clothes. I feel a little blue 'cause I can't sew. There's still a lot of things that I should know. Anyone can guess I don't know how to press my Saturday clothes. And everyone's gone home. I feel a little sad to watch them leave, but I'll be cool because I don't believe the happy times are gone, and I can still put on my Saturday clothes. And everybody knows I've got to tell you that was a swell time. So now I'll take the books away and put the glasses on the tray. I'll see you all next Saturday. I feel a little lost because they're gone. And if my gal were here, I'd still be on. But in a week or two, there's lots of things to do in my Saturday clothes. And everyone's gone home. I've got to tell you that was a swell time. So now I'll take the butts away and put the glasses on the tray. I'll see you all next Saturday. Thank you all. And now, for something completely different, I get to, well, actually, I do this every now and then. I get to introduce my bandmate, Sherry Stewart. We're going to do another song together with Niels and TM. Over here.
If you have another plug-in, I can use the red one.
No, yeah. I need a mic. No. It's up here. He's got it. Hand me the gold. Yeah. Yes, Tim just cost. Gold. She's blue. She's blue and blue. And he's still red and red.
I don't need a vocal.
Huh?
I don't need a vocal.
Are you plug this in or you want mic?
I cannot put it in.
Okay.
It's configured.
Sorry, this is so complicated. So when I was learning to play this song, I was over at Holly's house practicing for a TM showcase, and this wasn't part of the showcase, but after we were all done, I started strumming it, and Holly walked out into the living room and sat down and started adding her harmony, and it was so incredibly magical, and she sang it with me at Christmas here, so I'll always think of her when I do this song. Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my open mind, possessing and caressing me. Jai Guru Deva. Oh, nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Images of broken light which dance before me like a million eyes, they call me on and on across the universe. Thoughts meander like a restless wind inside a letterbox. They tumble blindly as they make their way across the universe. Jai Guru Deva. Oh, nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Sounds of laughter, shades of light are ringing through my open ears, inciting and inviting me. Limitless, undying love which shines around me like a million eyes. It calls me on and on across the universe. Nothing's gonna change my world. Jai Guru Deva, Jai Guru Deva, Jai Guru Deva.
So we always have lots of announcements at Folk Club about various music things that are coming up, many times including Folk Club members, and Ron Goad often organizes that. And tomorrow night at the Epicure, Nina DeSimone and the Moaners, Gina DeSimone, thank you, and the Moaners will be playing. And Lisa Taylor and Ron Goad are both in that group, among others, and they will be featuring Gina's guitar techniques, and it's going to be a unique evening ranging from blues to swing dance and much more. So if you feel like that, that's tomorrow night at 7:30 at the Epicure. The following Wednesday, there's another great show at the Epicure, and there's pieces of paper floating around that has all this information on it. So if you are inspired to go to the Epicure, you can look for one of those pieces of paper and find out the next week, and we'll announce it next week here. So you can look forward to that. During the break, in addition to signing up for the Folk Club so that you can get in the drawing to be in the showcase next month, you can buy tickets for the concert if you don't happen to win the raffle right before the showcase this evening. And the match sellers will be here. The tickets are $11 for the regular people and $10 for the special members of the Folk Club. So we get a wonderful cut on membership. And
Thank you.
And Ron pointed out that Dave Nachmanoff, who has done several concerts here, who is a fabulous guitarist, is going to be at Jam and Java on Sunday, May 13th. So there's information on the Jam and Java website about that. And I think that's all the announcements I had for this segment. So let's yield to Robert and Niels, who are going to play for us next.
This is a song I know Holly loved. It's called Scarlet Ribbons. I peeked in to say goodnight, and I heard my child in prayer, and before me some scarlet ribbons, scarlet ribbons for her hair. All the stores were closed and shuttered. All the streets were dark and bare. In our town, no scarlet ribbons, not one ribbon for her hair. Through the night, my heart was aching. Just before the dawn was breaking, I peeked in gave profusion on her bed. Lovely ribbons, scarlet ribbons, lovely ribbons for her hair. If I should live to be 100, I shall never know from where came those lovely scarlet ribbons, scarlet ribbons for her hair. Thank you.
Coming up next is Bill and Dave.
Bill, you want to do blue and blue?
Okay. Blue and blue.
And I'm going to do him red and red.
1, 2.
Check, I'm gonna sit down here. Bring this down. Test, okay. Sounds like we're all plugged in. Okay. Hi, Niels.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Great. Hey, Bill.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, listen, I guess it was a few years back. I had a chance to play up at Bluemont with Holly and I guess Barb Keeler, and it's just a wonderful day up there. And but the one thing I have to say about playing with Holly though was, man, was she a perfectionist? Well, she was like Ben on steroids. I mean, when it comes to having everything be really perfect. And I'll tell you what, when she picked out a man, she picked out a perfect guy. This one's for you. Yeah. I gotta read it. Hang on just a second. Nothing's gotten me faster over the years. Okay, that's good.
She went down last October in a pouring driving rain. The skipper he'd been drinking, first mate felt no pain. Though close to 3 Mile Rock, she was dealt her final blow, and the Mary Ellen Carter settled low. But there was just a swile aboard her when she finally was awash. We worked like hell to save her, all heedless of the cost. And the groan she gave when she went down, it caused us to proclaim that the Mary Helen Carter'd rise again. Everybody, rise again, rise again. That her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. Oh, those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Helen Carter rise again. Well, the owners wrote her off, not a nickel would they spend. She made 20 years of service and met her sorry end. And insurance paid the loss to what let her rest below. Laughed at us and said we had to go. But we talked of her all winter, some days around the clock. She's worth $250,000 floating at the dock. And with every jar that hit the bar, we swore we would remain Make the merry Helen Carter rise again.
Everybody sing.
Rise again, rise again, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. Oh, fortune. Make the merry Helen Carter rise again. 6 months now I've been with her on a barge lent by a friend. 3 dives a day in a hard hat suit and twice I've had the bend. My God, it's only 60 feet and the current here is slow. I'd never have the strength to go below. But we patched her ends and stopped her and stuck hatch and portal down. Put cables to her fore and aft and girded her around. Tomorrow noon we hit the air and then take up the strain and make the merry Helen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again, rise again. Though you let it be broken, your life about to end. No matter what you've lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the merry Helen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again, rise again. Though heart it be broken, your life about to end. No matter what you've lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the merry Helen Carter rise again.
Rise it on up.
Next up is Kathleen.
Thank you. So I, like many other people, had the distinct pleasure of going to Holly's to practice and be encouraged by both Holly and Nils. And at one point, Holly was telling me I need to be a little more, like you say, you need to own it, right? And she decided I needed to learn how to throw a feather boa. So she bought me a feather boa, and she showed me how to throw it. And I didn't bring it tonight, but it's this beautiful purple, and I keep it on my stand at home. And I practice with this, and I think about it. And I guess this is all to say that Holly was a dear friend of mine, and I'm gonna miss her for a long time. When I heard that Holly had passed, I was listening to some very awesome music by Sarah Jarosz, and one of the songs she does is Ring Them Bells, which is Bob Dylan tune. And so that's what I'm doing tonight. This is a song Holly never heard me sing, but I will forever associate it with Holly. Ring them bells, ye heathens, from the city that dreams. Ring them bells from the sanctuaries, across the valleys and the streams. For the deep and the wide, and the world's on its side. Time is growing faster, and so is the bride. Ring them bells, St. Peter, where the four winds blow. Ring them bells with an iron hand, so the people will know. For it's rush hour now, on the wheel and the plow. And the sun is going down on the sacred cow. Ring them bells, sweet Martha, for the poor man's son. Ring them bells so the world will know that our God is one.
For the shepherd is asleep where the willows weep, and the mountains are filled with lost sheep. Ring them bells for the blind and the deaf. Ring them bells for all of us who are left. Ring them bells for the chosen few who will judge the many when the game is through. Ring them bells, for the time that flies, for the child that cries when the innocence dies. Ring them bells, St. Catherine, from the top of the room. Ring them bells from the fortress for the lilies that bloom. For the timelines are long and the fighting is strong, and they're breaking down the distance between right and wrong. For they're breaking down the distance between right and wrong. Ring them bells, ring them bells, ring them bells.
So Kathleen gave me the great honor of announcing that the CDs are in. And they are having their CD release party on the Sunday afternoon, the 20th, right, at 2:30 at Jam and Java, and many of you already hold tickets. And if you already hold tickets, the CD's only $5 if you get one tonight. Since I have to work that day, I had to pay $10 for my CD, but I am very thrilled to have my CD. So if you want a hot off the press copy of the Bluebird Dragonfly Song Garden CD, see Kathleen at the break. And I mentioned that we have the raffle drawing for the tickets for next time, and we need to do that right now. So Ben and Steve are going to come up and take care of that while we get the rest of the setup done for our showcase.
Is there anyone else who wants to get a chance in on the free tickets next week?
All right, like Ben was saying, we got, all right, TM.
I'm usually on the other side. No, I'm not.
I shouldn't be up here. But I am. So deal with it. Does everybody get a ticket? A ticket for the drawing? The match sellers are going to be here next week. Hey Ben, we got one over here. This is going to be a good show, just like all the other shows we've had this year. We've had some really, really great shows. Like Ben was saying, I booked them as a duo. It's a guitarist and a fiddle player, and guy and a gal in a duo, and they play some old-time songs and some originals, some have a little bit of comedic edge to them and everything, but they're very enjoyable. And then they got in touch with me and asked if it would be okay to bring a bass player and a dobro/banjo player. So I said, yeah, sure, why not? We can spring for 2 more dinners.
I might. I don't remember.
So anyway, so we're gonna have a full band
yeah,
here,
that-
so it'll be
that'll
really
definitely-
good. Great show. Probably live up to all the other shows that we've had this year. So, ready to roll?
Unplugged. Yeah.
You ain't get yours? You'll get yours. All right. Ends in 580. Here we go. All right.
We have a winner.
Now, we only have one catch, and that is you have to show up for the show.
Bring the bass out.
All right.
I'll fiddle.
Thanks for participating, everybody. Oh,
I'm usually to the left of the bridge.
and I did want to say something about Holly because I'm not on the board to play, but I did want to say something about a memory that I had about 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago at the Christmas party. Holly did a song a cappella called somebody said it, Vine and Fig Tree. And I am telling you, and there's other people who agree with me, that was one of the most moving songs I've ever heard played in this club, and it was beautiful. And I'm not saying that just because, we're here tonight. I actually told her that a little while later, and she said, oh, you can sing it. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it right after I, paint the Mona Lisa. Put that on my list of things to do. It was too beautiful to even try, but that was a great, great memory. So we will definitely miss her.
Okay, well, I told you that in addition to Holly being lovable, Richard and Paul and Tom are also lovable. And if you didn't read your newsletter, I just want to point out that the band donates all of its net profits from performance tips and other donations to Shepherd's Table in Silver Springs, Maryland, to help feed the hungry. And that really inspired me when I bought their CD. So make sure that you connect with these guys because they're great guys. Please welcome Silver Strings.
This is good here. Thank you. Thank you, Bill.
Ready? Eight years old with the flour sack cape tied all around his neck. He climbed up on the garage, he's figuring what the heck. Screwed his courage up so tight that the fear all came unwound. He got a running start, bless his heart, he's headed for the ground. Well, he's one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath, and always trust your gait. Now he's all grown up with flour sack cape tied all around his dreams. And he's full of grit and vinegar, and he's busting at the seams. He licks his finger and he checks the wind, it's gonna be do or die. He wasn't scared of nothing, boys, he was pretty sure he could fly. 'Cause he was one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath, and always trust your gait.
Now he's old and gray with a flour sack cape tied all around his head. He's still jumping off the garage and will be till he's dead. All these years the people said he was acting like a kid. He did not know he could not fly, so he did. 'Cause he was one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust your cape. And be one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust your cape.
Thank you, everybody.
I never had the chance to really get to know Holly really well, but we decided we were going to try to do songs tonight that we think that she would really have liked.
And we also want to be in tune.
Well, that too.
This is a special place. I mean, the three of us drive in rush hour traffic around the Beltway from Silver Spring, Maryland to get here. Yeah. We love being here. And we're missing a couple people, but...
And I don't have them in here at the moment, but I do have some CDs with me. And again, if you're interested, I'll bring them after the break. And they're $10 a piece, and all of the money goes to Shepherd's Table.
We're going to do a Towns Van Zandt swing for you now.
Together. No stronger wind than the one that blows down a lonesome railroad line. No prettier sight than looking back on a town you left behind. And there's nothing that's as real as the love that's in my mind. Close your eyes, I'll be here in the morning. Close your eyes, I'll be here for a while. There's lots of things along the road I'd surely like to see. I'd like to lean into the wind and tell myself I'm free. But your softest whisper's louder than the highway's call to me. Close your eyes, I'll be here in the morning. Close your eyes, I'll be here for a while. Mr. Thomas Patrick Carroll. All the mountains and the rivers and the valleys can't compare to your blue-lit dancing eyes and yellow shining hair. I could never hit the open road and leave you lying there. Close your eyes, I'll be here in the morning. Close your eyes, I'll be here for a while. Oh, lay your head back, easy love, and close your crying eyes. I'll be laying here beside you when the sun comes on the rise. I'll stay in till the cuckoo wails and the lonesome blue jay cries. Close your eyes, I'll be here in the morning. Close your eyes, I'll be here for a while. Close your eyes, I'll be here in the morning. Close your eyes, I'll be here for a while.
Thank you. That was Mr. Paul Lothar with his dulcet tones. We've had the pleasure and the honor of playing here before, so it's thanks again for pulling our name out of the hat. But we want to be as reverent as possible tonight, so we're going to sing one of Ricky's songs. You know him as Richard. We know him as Ricky Wilde. He's in our band. So this is a beautiful song called Square Dancers, which you've probably heard him sing before.
Feel free to dance if you want to.
Hold it.
Oh, yeah, no, we need a little work there. Just imagine how long it took Holly with that auto harp to tune that. So we feel pretty fortunate with 6 strings. Okay, well.
Go.
We met 20 years ago, way back then, still a no. You're the one forever and a day. We didn't always follow the crowd, maybe square, but we're sure proud. Parents taught us well along the way. Let's be 2 square dancers tonight. Look into each other's eyes, hold each other tight. Dance the floor one time more till the morning light. Let's be 2 square dancers tonight. Lessons taught, lessons learned. You get respect when it is earned. Hard work will make your dreams come true. Life is fun when you live. Love is yours when you give. Hard at work, having fun, loving you. Let's be 2 square dancers tonight. Look into each other's eyes, hold each other tight. Dance the floor one time more till the morning light. Let's be 2 square dancers tonight. You're my partner as we do-si-do through life's dance, and we both know Every day's a gift from up above. We might have a man left to promenade right, but we'll keep straight on a path that's bright. Time knows no end to our love. So let's be two square dancers tonight. Look into each other's eyes, hold each other tight. Dance the floor one time more till the morning light. Let's be two square dancers. I think we've found good answers. And let's be two square dancers tonight.
Just do two? We have two planned, so two more. Is that okay? All right, thank you. We don't want to take, you know.
Somebody's out of
let's
tune.
do yours.
Somebody's out of tune.
We're doing you now.
We are?
So you have heart rate and
Oh, all right.
Sorry, it's an old guitar. We had the pleasure Saturday of playing at the Flower Mart at the National Cathedral, which was wonderful, fun. By the way, I'd never soloed on that song before. Usually our harmonica player usually plays a solo, but he's not here today.
You're hearing 3/5 of the band. We actually play in all sorts of configurations. As many of you know, Richard and I play together a lot in duo, Tom and I. It really depends on who's available at a given moment. What's that?
The other two guys is on a silver string band. That allows you to take more gigs because you don't need every person.
That's right. We're going to play a song popularized by Johnny Cash.
Am I in with you?
All right.
And let's give it up for Connie and Ben and Ron and Al and Robert and Don, everyone that really helped set up at the beginning of the evening. Really appreciate it. So great to be here. Thank you.
And there's a real special air as you can all feel tonight in the room. It makes the singing like, whoa, people are listening. It's great. All right.
Yeah, this is actually a tune that was written in 1961 by Paul Hampton and somebody else, I can't remember. Was made famous.
Ben Herndon?
Famous by Johnny Cash.
It's a happy sounding, very sad song.
It's been played by Bruce Springsteen. It's been played by a lot of folks.
Everly Brothers.
2, 3, go. The lights in the harbor don't shine for me. I'm like a lost ship adrift on the sea of heartbreak, lost love and loneliness, memories of your caress, so divine how I wish you were mine again, my dear. I'm on a sea of tears, sea of heartbreak. Oh, how did I lose you? Oh, where did I fail? And why did you leave me? Always to sail the sea of heartbreak, lost love and loneliness, memories of your caress, so divine how I wish you were mine again, my dear. I'm on a sea of tears, sea of heartbreak. could sail back to shore, back to your arms once more. So come to my rescue. Oh, come here to me and take me and keep me away from the sea of heartbreak, lost love and loneliness, memories of your caress, so divine. How I wish you were mine again, my dear. I'm on a sea of tears, sea of heartbreak, sea of heartbreak, lost love and loneliness, memories of your caress, so divine. How I wish you were mine again, my dear. I'm on a sea of tears, sea of heartbreak, sea of heartbreak, sea of heartbreak.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm a high school biology teacher, so I taught all morning. It's exciting. It was, yeah. We learned the population growth today, ecology stuff. I teach AP Bio. The exam is on Monday, so the students are a little excited, to say the least.
Yeah, that's a good word.
So we're going to see a song that you all know, and we hope you'll sing with us.
Please sing.
All right.
One last one. Low E, low E. We're there. Thank you.
All right. Let's do a little instrumental beginning. 1, 2, 3, go. Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to that home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh Lordy, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life have grown, I'll fly away like a bird from prison bars have flown. I'll fly away. Come on now. I'll fly away, oh Lordy, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary hours and then I'll fly away to a land where joy will never end. I'll fly away. All right, folk club, come on. I'll fly
fly away, oh Lordy, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
Without the instruments now.
I'll fly away, oh Lordy, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
One more time. This sounds so good.
I'll fly away, oh Lordy, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
Thank you, everybody, and thanks for having us.
Wow, okay. Wasn't that a great showcase? So I really have to ask you, is that an act you want to follow? Oh no, it's a month from now. We'll have chance. Dave said there's already 14 people signed up for the showcase drawing for next month. So we will be doing the showcase drawing at the end of the break, and Paul's going to do the drawing at the end of the break. And make sure that if you want to buy tickets for the concert or be in the drawing, you need to see Dave during the break. And we'll see you after the break.
Shows in Reston here. We got like Prairie Home Companion, comedy, poetry, band, and music guests. Just hiding out with
No, we're just stretching our legs. Touch everybody with that. The one guy with the young grandson has to take him to the bed.
Paul, let me get up here. Because I like this. I got the name of the basket up here. Are you okay? I will. Oh, yeah. Your turn. You got pick. No, Paul. Come on, Paul.
Here comes Paul, and he's going to do the drawing for the next showcase. Dave,
What I told you, Paul.
Dave told me that there are 15 people who've put their name in the bucket for the drawing, and that's the most we've ever had for a showcase for next month. So here's Paul. Oh, yes, yes, yes. We trust you. In Folk Club, we trust. You can read it. If you can read it. Jim Clark. Okay. And we need one more for backup.
It's going to be a duel or a trio? And the backup is Nancy Truex.
Nancy Truex is backup should Jim Clark be unable to serve. So that's good. So I have done all the announcements I know that we need to do. So June 12th is the date of the next showcase. Oh, and I did want to point out that next week is the concert, but the following week after that, if you like this format, you're going to love that night because it's party night and it's celebrating the 33rd anniversary of the Folk Club. And so we are so grateful for that. And as always, we're going to shush you. You really need to settle down, everybody. We want to acknowledge Rose Haskell for her idea of starting the Folk Club and acknowledge Dave and so many others who've made it possible for the Folk Club to continue for 33 years. So we have lots of people up here, but who's on the board is Larry. So let's welcome Larry and friends.
You want to go over there? I'll be over here. Yeah. Okay. You want to be there or where you are? Well, why don't you go in? Yeah, why don't you go in there and I'll be. We'll figure it out. There, that solves that. It's a pleasure working with you. That's right. We play music. We play music.
At ease, everybody, at ease. Yes, sir.
Check.
30 pot. You can't smoke it, Ben. It's a dirty pot. No. Dear Holly,
she always had a kind word for me and encouraged me a lot. And no matter what I did, she thought it was great. So, or at least she said it was. And this song always made her cry. So I thought, maybe I'm just singing it so badly it's hurting her ears. But
we all listened to it together on the cruise when Brandy Carlisle sang.
When Brandy Carlisle sang it and I saw her cry for that, I thought, well, I might be in the clear. Are you ready, Harvey?
Yes, sir.
Miss Scarlett? Colonel Mustard?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Grizzled?
In the library.
Here we go. All of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories where I've been, how I came to be this man. But these stories don't mean anything if you got no one to tell them to. It's true, I was made for you. I climbed across the mountaintop, I sailed all along the ocean blue, crossed all the lines, broke all their rules. I broke them all for you. 'Cause even when I was half broke, you made me feel like $1,000,000 you do. I was made for you. You see the smile that's on my mouth, it's hiding the words that won't come out. All of my friends who think I'm blessed, they don't know my head's a mess. No, they don't know who I really am. They don't know what I've been through like you do. Across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been, how I came to be this man. But they don't know who I really am. They don't know what I've been through like you do. I was made for you. Oh, it's true, I was made for you. Thank you. Mills, Marcy, Jim Clark, T.M. Hannah, and Scratchy Goad. Thank you, everyone.
And who's next? Nancy, do you need any of these?
Yeah.
Nancy Truax.
Nancy Truax
is
Yeah,
up
I
next.
do.
How many do you need?
4.
You need 4.
Get over here,
1,
Ben.
2, 3.
What are you doing, man? You good?
We're doing Ripple. You want to join us?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Oh, banjo.
What? What could possibly go right?
I need to make this.
Mike, your banjo?
Yeah, you can join us.
That's good.
I remember that was a drink.
You should have said, whatever for. Hey,
Are you still here?
that's it.
Okay, no.
You're blocking me. I know, I'm leaving soon. Figure out how to get out of here.
Come on, Larry. There you go. It's fine.
So I need a mic on the guitar and a vocal mic.
I promise not to talk. Oh, I just did.
Never believe on her. I think it's 9.
I can't hear it, can you?
Yeah,
there you go.
Okay. You get your single from number 9?
You got it? Okay. I don't know whether, I'm sure Holly heard us do this song before. We've done it a million times. This is one of the early ones from when I very first started singing. And everybody knows this song, Ripple by the Grateful Dead, so please join us.
You were going to do those 4 chords.
I was going to do those 4 chords. Gosh, it's been a long
Take 2.
time. Take 2. 1, 2, ready, go. If my words take hold, the golden sunshine, and my tunes were played on the harp, unstrung. Would you hear my voice come through the music? Would you hold it near as if it were your own?
It's a hand-me-down. My thoughts are broken. Perhaps they're better left unsung. I don't know. I don't really care. Let there be sound that fill the air. Rippling still water when there is no pebble tops, no wind to blow.
Reach out your hand if your cup be empty. If your cup is full, may it be again. Let it be known there is a fountain that was not made by the hands of man.
There is a road, it's no simple highway between the dawn and the dark of night. And if you go, no one may follow. That path is made for your steps alone. Rippling still water when there is no pebble tops, no wind to blow.
And you who choose to lead must follow. But if you fall, you fall alone. If you should stand, then who's to guide you?
If I knew
the way, I would take you home. Da da da.
Da 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 This song is for Holly. Holly town.
Thank you. And up next is Greg Vickers.
Almost by myself. There's a phantom in the mix. But it's so nice to get this warm welcome, so many old friends, including a couple who are under 60. I just hit my 60th birthday, so I can do that joke now.
Congratulations. Isn't it nice to have Greg Vickers back in the bosom of the folk club again?
Thank you, Ron. Holly used to like my silly songs, or like Larry and Ferd. Maybe she was just too kind to tell me different. But I do remember doing this song at the folk club, maybe back at Tortilla Factory. And
It's on your CD.
Yeah, no, this one is not recorded.
It's just on the bootleg when I saw it.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Sorry.
This isn't meant to be a sermon, nor is it a lecture. It's just my little indulgence in a matter of pure conjecture. On a recent discussion, I heard about what Jesus might drive if in our automotive age he were alive. So I find it fun to turn this hypothetical on its ear. Let's pretend they had cars aplenty back in Anno Domini's first years. We'll consider first the needs of the family vocation. Joseph and Son, cabinetry, millwork, and fenestration. Now Joe might have sent his young son to the Home Depot, not in a Buick, nor a Beamer, nor a Hyundai Tiburon, but in a great big Suburban, maybe a Tahoe, to tie lumber to the roof, to bring to the shop back home. Jesus would have drove a big old SUV, speakers pounding out the bass line to Ave Maria, Mel Gibson movie playing on his little TV. And a bumper sticker says, honk if you love me. He would have had no use for a compact sedan. Jesus in a Mini Cooper wouldn't fit the master plan. No, the appropriate ride for one of the Holy Trinity, that's a big old SUV. Imagine Jesus showing off his new rig to the 12 apostles. Yeah, this Tahoe seats 6 or 7, just as comfortably as possible. Why, the entire entourage could fit in just 2 cars of such attitude. And what a grand backdrop they'd make when I deliver the Beatitudes. James said, Jesus, while I admire Tahoes of this version, did you check out the deals you can get on previously owned excursions? Jesus said James Henry Ford was an outspoken anti-Semite. So under the circumstances, I felt a Ford product wouldn't be right. We wouldn't want the followers to think we were clueless. No one's even heard of Christians yet. Need I remind you we're still Jewish? Jesus would have drove a big old SUV, speakers pounding out the bass line to Ave Maria, Mel Gibson movie playing on his little TV. And a bumper sticker says, honk if you love me. He would have had no use for a compact sedan. Jesus in a Mini Cooper wouldn't fit the master plan. No, the appropriate ride for one of the Holy Trinity, that's a big old SUV. One day Jesus says to Simon Peter and his brother Andrew, let's christen my new bass boat. I'm going fishing with you two. And Peter says, Jesus, while we appreciate the invitation, a fishing trip for Andy and me don't exactly spell relaxation. And Jesus said, Peter, nonsense. In fact, I insist. If you buy the gas, I'll drive and bring all the gear we need to fish. With the miraculous catch put away on ice, they drove to a refueling spot. Andrew pointed out the sign to his brother, said, man, how many shekels have you got? And Jesus overheard and said, let's not make this out to be a crisis. To which Peter replied, yeah, but Jesus, would you look at these gas prices? Jesus would have drove a big old SUV, speakers pounding out the bass line to Ave Maria. Mel Gibson movie playing on his little TV. And a bumper sticker says, honk if you love me. He would have had no use for a compact sedan. Jesus in a Mini Cooper wouldn't fit the master plan. No, the appropriate ride for one of the Holy Trinity, that's a big old SUV. So I was going to do the last verse about the Passion Play scene, with Pontius Pilate stepping out the back of a stretch limousine. But even I have a little sense about what constitutes decorum, and this silly little ditty, it's not the time, the place, or the forum. It's merely my way of asking, who thinks up this stuff? As if pondering our very existence isn't meditation enough. I do have one more question, though, and I'm not trying to start a riot, but what would Buddha drink? Regular Pepsi or Diet? Jesus would have drove a big old SUV, speakers pounding out the bass line to Ave Maria. Mel Gibson movie playing on his little TV. The bumper sticker says, honk if you love me. He would have had no use for a compact sedan. Jesus in a Mini Cooper wouldn't fit the master plan. No, the appropriate ride for one of the Holy Trinity is a big old SUV. Thank you. Next up, we have Lavanya. Thank you all very much.
We're not doing my song. We're doing theirs. Well, you can stay. They're pretty simple.
Yeah, you can stay, Sherry. You can stay. She's gonna do Harry Bird. I'm gonna do one that goes G, C, D.
Yeah, 1, 5, and C.
That's a good question. Make me sound good, Bill.
Say testing.
Testing. I'm gonna sing and play after her. I'm gonna sing with her and then sing and play after her. Holly has always been so loving to everybody, and Lavanya's first time singing here was when she was about 15 months old, and she sang, "Let's go fly a kite." And Holly paid her the biggest compliment and said she's not even 2 and she has perfect pitch, which delighted us. So Lovey's gonna sing her song.
Are you ready, Miss Lavanya? Are you ready?
I'm driving down the Harry Bird Highway,
but I
didn't see any Harry Birds, at least none that were going my way. And my song, it ran out of words.
So the disclaimer is I am in the preschool of auto harp learning, but only because Holly loved and encouraged me. And right now I feel about as I did 10 years ago, the first time I tried to sing at the folk club. This is my first attempt of doing anything playing while singing, which I imagine takes more brain power. So wish me luck. It won't be as perfect as Holly deserves, but I will do my best, and the auto harp is in tune. So, much love to Holly. Holly always encouraged, we were 10 years ago at Full Club, both feeling nervous before getting up, and which is amazing because she was so masterful and dedicated to practicing and being great. But she empowered everyone around her to have the courage to let their music out. And so that's what I'm going to try to do tonight. This is a song that I wrote several years ago for Jim Clark's 2012 End of the World party, or End of the Year / World party, and I chickened out. So I'm going to try to have courage in honor of Holly. Caterpillar said this is the end, just the beginning, says the butterfly. You think that it's lose or it's win, we can both win if we give it a try. Stars are all shining so bright in the sky above. Carry the light of the radiant ones who dwell in love. Caterpillar says want to stay here, just the same as I've always been. But where were you before you were here? Somewhere else than this life began. Stars are all shining so bright in the sky above. Carry the light of the radiant ones who dwell in love. Caterpillar says, what if I die? You know that happens anyway. You came to experience life in the flesh and then go away. Change has to grow, has to go, has to flow, reaching for the light. Changing, arranging, and flowing the path of light. Caterpillar said this is the end, just the beginning, says the butterfly.
Actually, since I'm already up here, I'm going to kind of jump line. But Niels, if you want to get that set up, I'm just going to do my song. Even though I'm signed up for much later, since hers was very short. I used to pick on Holly a lot. And one time Holly came to me, she said, I really like that one song that you wrote that you did. What time signature is it in? And, you know, for those of you that know me, know I have no idea what time signature I'm playing in. I don't even think I'm in one most of the time, but I looked at her with a very straight face and I said, oh, I think I wrote that in 12/8 time. Holly played with us at the Bluemont Fair. I think it was 2012 or 2013. Oh, please, it's in B flat, Niels. No, I was hoping you'd hook up there. Holly played this on the auto harp very nicely, and she added, at the end of every verse, there's like 3.5 beats, which then puts this song in 12/8 time. I can't do it in that time signature. I do it in like 7.5, 8 or something. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is, but Holly counted it out, and it was in perfect time when she played it. on the auto harp. I'll play through it instrumentally once so the band can learn it.
Oh.
Give just a little bit more guitar, either in the monitor, in the mains, or something. I was going to use the finger picks, but. The last time I saw Holly, she let me play Mike Seeger's auto harp that she has. Yeah, it was surreal, because I can't really play the auto harp, but just to strum it and knowing all the great songs that would come out of that. It goes like this. White azaleas blooming out upon her daddy's lawn. Wouldn't say where she went, only that she'd gone. I read the note she left me once or twice before the dawn, and then I read it once again. Wherever you go, be open-minded. Let love grow wherever you find it. Know when to say enough is enough, and never be afraid to welcome love. Feels like I am dancing naked in the summer rain. The world looks on, they hope to place the blame. Only you dance with me, for you know that we are sane. Sometimes no reason, rain or rhyme. Wherever you go, be open-minded. Let love grow wherever you find it. Know when to say enough is enough, and never be afraid to welcome love. Winter snow has sown, the bright colors leave their stain in the east. The rising moon knows the game, that through all our changes, as we grow and wax and wane, we remain essentially the same. Wherever you go, be open-minded. Let love grow wherever you find it. Know when to say enough is enough, and never be afraid to welcome love. Winter time approaches, and quite soon white snow will fall, to remind of a time we nearly lost it all on the road of life. As we start, we stop, we stall, until we wind up where we will. Wherever you go, be open-minded. Let love grow wherever you find it. Know when to say enough is enough, and never be afraid to welcome. Never be afraid to welcome. Never be afraid to welcome love. Thanks.
Next up is Neil.
All right.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I'm in orange. You're in orange.
The guitar is orange. There you go. All right. So first of all, thank you everybody for coming out. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure somewhere Holly really appreciates it too. So thank you for everybody that came out and sang a song. And those who've heard of two people that got started on the auto harp or got playing on the auto harp more because of Holly, and her brother, who was here on Saturday, actually told a story where she had sent him an auto harp because she needed a part for it, and then found the part and wrote him and said, never mind, just keep it. And it took him a couple of years, but when I contacted him after she'd passed away, he said, you know what? I played that auto harp until it broke, and then I bought a new one. So she got one more person playing auto harp, and as you know, she loved it when people sang along. So I'm going to do Tom Paxton's Can't Help But Wonder Where I'm Bound, and I'd love it if you sing along. And Ben's going to help me out on guitar. Thanks, Ben. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. It's a long and dusty road. It's a hard and heavy load. Folks you meet ain't always kind. Some are bad and some are good. Some have done the best they could. Some have tried to ease my troubled mind. And I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. I've been around this land just a doing the best I can, trying to find what I was meant to be. And the faces that I see are as worried as can be. Looks like they're wondering too. And I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. Now I had a little girl one time. She had lips like cherry wine. Loved me till my head went plumb insane. But I was too blind to see she was drifting away from me. When she left, she took the morning train. And I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. And I had a buddy back home, and he set out to roam. Here he's out by San Francisco Bay. And sometimes when I've had a few, I hear his voice come ringing through. Think I'll go look him up someday. And I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. Last verse. So if you see me wandering by and you sit and wonder why, wish that you could ramble too. Nail your shoes to the kitchen floor, lace them up and bar the door. Thank you, Lord, thank the Lord for the roof that's over you. And I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. Turn around. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ben. And up next, we have a very special treat, all the way from Amsterdam, my little niece, Avi. And we're gonna get a keyboard set up here. This is gonna take just a second. We're gonna get the keyboard set up, and then Avi's little sister Faye is gonna play something for you.
Oh, you're gonna, are you?
I can't stand an empty mic, so I'm just going to come up here and invite you to look around this room at all of the beautiful faces of all of the people of Folk Club and appreciate all the ones that are here tonight and all the ones that are here at all, because life is precious and we need to appreciate each other while we're here as well as after.
I just want to make a quick announcement while that's going on. I have here what is going to be our final song tonight, and I'll be handing that out for everybody. All I have to do is dream. We'll all sing that. And one side has the music, the other side has the lyrics. Anyone who wants to play, I want us to do it a cappella. So musicians just stand where you can find room and follow the chords. It's in the key of C. It's fairly easy. All I have to do is dream, and it's a great song to harmonize on. So that'll be the final song of the night.
Yes, we need to figure out how to turn it on. Take, and then we need to, where's the plug?
Get the red table. Red table is actually here.
How many musicians does it take?
Wait a minute.
All right.
Does she need a microphone?
No, she's just going to play. She's going to get the music stand moved over, maybe. Without knocking anything off.
Or can you be up here at the same time?
Okay. Here we go. One more round for Faye.
Hey, while we got the keyboard, do we have another keyboard player?
Yes.
Yeah, so we don't have to tear it down and put it back? Yeah.
Hannah's going to need a focus.
Niels, you want to put that red mic down for her?
Yes, sir.
Please. It's a little high. You gonna sit, can you sit down?
Yeah.
Yeah, now, everything's all set, we can get this two birds with one stone.
Yeah. I just wanted to explain about this song. This is a song that Holly added auto harp onto my CD to this song, and it's one that came to me all at once. There were lyrics and the melody, but I couldn't play it on the piano. And Holly, not only did she tell me I could learn a cover song, even though it's my song, but she showed me how to play a cover song. And, you know, you've all heard me do the Rose that she taught me, and that meant so much to me. So anyway, I had Doris McDonald wrote the piano arrangement for this, but it's a bunch of really strange chords I don't play. So I learned this for Holly so I could play it and sing it myself. And I don't play it like Doris, but, you know, I'm doing it. So thank you, Holly. And Niels is going to play with me. Thank you. If I lose myself, will you find me? If I've lost my way, will you guide me? If I feel afraid, will you stand beside me? If I lose myself, if memory fades, will you remind me? For you I will do the same, there is no shame. If you lost yourself, I will seek and find you. If you've lost your way, I'll take your hand and I'll guide you. If you feel afraid, I'll be right by you. If your memory fails, I'll remember for you. Will you do the same for me and not be ashamed of me? If I lose myself, will you find me? If I've lost my way, will you guide me? If I can't look back, will you walk behind me? If I lose myself, will you find me? If I lose myself, will you come and find me? Thank you.
Blue. Plug into blue. That makes it easier for the old brain here.
I won't be playing blue, but at least I don't.
Blue and blue.
Blue doesn't work blue, Let's see. Got a little monitor there for this thing.
Let me think.
Good. On Saturday, Niels shared with us that Holly cried a lot. She'd cry when she was happy. She'd cry when she was sad. She'd cry when Niels was being a jerk. I like that. That's his thing. But Holly, yeah, that caught my attention because Holly cried for this song. And that was one thing about Holly. She was the perfect audience. She was always aware of what was going on and aware of whoever she was with. And amazing thing for an audience or a person to do that. But I know when I played this, that got to me. Wow. I've been walking down this road into the mouth of a dark canyon, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna pass this way again. But I wanted you to know that those years we had together were the best of times that this life of mine has ever known. We had music, we had laughter, and we lived as if it mattered, and those years now fill my memory like fine old vintage wine. We can sing another song, we can make another memory, and the light of the love we shared will surely guide us home. All my joys and all my sorrows, all my yesterdays, tomorrows, will fade into the sunset as darkness grows around. We might meet again in glory, we might live some other story, but while our hearts are beating, it's the best that we can know. We have music, we have laughter, and we live as if it mattered, and those years now fill my memory like fine old vintage wine. We can sing another song, we can make another memory, and the light of the love we shared will surely guide us home. We might climb another mountain, we might dance until the sunrise, we might sing a song in harmony that brings peace to the land. We might share the loving touch of family, friends, or lovers, but if we're gonna sing in heaven, we better practice down here. We have music, we have laughter, and we live, and it matters, and those years now fill my memory like fine old vintage wine. We might sing another song, we might make another memory, and the light of the love we shared will surely guide us home. Up next is Tim.
Whichever you like. Come on, Tim, hurry up.
Are you miking with you?
No.
Yeah, Larry doesn't have all mic.
Here you go. So, quick story. For somebody who writes songs, one of the biggest honors is when somebody says to you, I'd like to record one of your songs. And that's the honor that Holly gave me. She said that I had this song, and she said she wanted to record it. If you record it, and I said, no. She said, you mind if I do? I said, no. And I didn't understand why somebody with such an angelic voice would want to sing a talking blues song. But she did, and I figured, okay, that was her problem. And she gave me my problem. She said, but can you rewrite it from the woman's perspective? And of course I said, oh, sure, no problem. So I went back home and I started working on it, and 2 weeks later I go to Holly and goes, I've been working on that song. I can't do it. I can't do it. And she says, what if you did it from the bartender's perspective? I said, okay, yeah, that could do that, you know. And actually, we ended up back and forth writing it. I probably drove her nuts because I probably got overprotective or something. I don't know. But she was so good about it, but she, I never got to hear her play it. I always want to hear her play it. So tonight I'm going to play my original version, but because I know I would mess the other version up, I'd get caught between genders or something. So start calling me Larry or something. So, anyway, it's a bar stool for a fool. Well, I walked into the bar room, propped my foot upon a rail. Said he'd find a stool for me if I tell him my tale. Said these stools are filled with stories, yours won't be nothing new. Share your mind and I can find the bar stool that's right for you. Said that one at the end down there, that's for those with wondering eyes. And girls sit on that corner stool and flash the boys their thighs. Those two in the middle, that's where strangers come to meet. They slip off to that darkened booth or someplace more discreet. Now those there by the jukebox, that's for those that like to sing or drink and think through memories only Hank can bring. The one turned upside down is there in memory of my boy who served this country in the 14th Infantry. So I told him how she left me, the nature of her sin, how she'd awake from her mistake and she'd be back again, how I'd never love another just as long as there's a chance I could hold her once again, have that final dance. Well, he held back his judgment, I held back my tears. He didn't offer any sympathy, just another shot of beer. And then he poured the hardest truth, purest whiskey's never found. Straightened up my sorry butt before I set it down. He said, son, I've got a special stool for men with cheating wives. They cling to hope like it was dope and waste away their lives. His hearts can't bleed reality and whiskey can't console. You sit down in that chair right there. That's a bar stool for a fool. Well, I pondered for a minute on the choices now at hand. Sit down on that bar stool or stand up like a man. But before my heart could pull a handle on a chance to change my life, walked in that bar room with some stranger with my wife. Well, he walked her right up to me, thinking she was his. And in that broken neon, I saw her for who she is. We stood there eye to eye, toe to toe and chin to chin. And I reached down for that bar stool and handed it to him. Well, that bartender gave me a twisted grin as I turned to walk away. He said, you're always free to make a choice, but for beers, you gotta pay. Tonight there's someone paying for something tall and cool, and a chance to sit beside her on a bar stool for a fool. Hey. Next is Chris.
Well, I'd love it if Niels and you came up. Yeah. Stand right here. I don't actually need that if I have a.
Well, we got both.
I like blue. Blue is good. So I'm going to yak while these guys are coming up here, but we were out of town when Holly's memorial thing happened, and so I spent the first half of this just crying and losing it. And I'm okay now, but we were in beautiful Sedona, Arizona, and I think Holly would have liked it there. And
She did like it.
she did like it there.
did like
Okay,
Sedona.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that, but I think she would have liked it. And I think she probably would have liked it that I'm semi-drunk tonight. So God only knows what's going to come out of me. But oh, let me send you some volume. Sorry about that, Ben. Is that too much, or that's only like an eighth? So Niels told me that Holly liked this song, and my last memory of Holly was being at her house, and we had just had a rehearsal, and we were going out, and she was going to have surgery the next day, and I thought, I really want to give her a huge hug, but I'm not going to because I might have some germs, and I might give them to her, and boy, I regret that now. I just really wish I'd hugged her, and every time I look at her picture, it just kills me. So really loved Holly. She was a great person. We all know that, and I feel like she's kind of here tonight. So anyway, this song is called Virginia. I've been watching you a long time now, Virginia. A Southern belle dressed up in elegant attire, and how your quiet manner eased my soul, Virginia. But there were others watching you with bold desire. I'm my home, Virginia. I thought you changed less. Like a child, I stared as they took you apart. Why did I trust that those in power would always love you like I do? I don't know how, Virginia, I will hide your heart. Are you fooled by all the braggarts and big spenders? Trade their money for your beauty or renown, 'cause they won't want you once they've taken all your splendor. And you're left standing with their cash in your torn gown. I'm my home, Virginia. I thought you changed less. Like a child, I stared as they took you apart. Why did I trust that those in power would always love you like I do? I don't know how, Virginia, but I will hide your heart. Shave the hills and pave the fields, boost the profits and the yields, erase the woods, we'll plant anew. We need more mansions with no view. Once the dogwood flowers blazed for you in springtime, does the cardinal's bright color for you shine? These faithless suitors, they want to profit from your promise, but I believe there's still a part of you that's mine. So I know this probably feels like cheating, but I signed Ron up right behind me because he was over there blabbing, which I think some of you could believe.
But here's one thing I'd like to say about Holly. It was mentioned that she loved musicians. She loved listeners even more, I think. And that was a great thing about the folk club. Holly loved the people here who listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
I actually like this Smart Alecky song from Mose Allison. Bonnie Raitt recorded it too. And I'm going to ask Chris to start out with the singing of this. I hope you enjoy it.
You know it, sing along. Can't believe the things I'm seeing. I've been wondering about some things I've heard. Everybody's crying mercy when they don't know the meaning of the word.
Yeah, bad enough situation. Sure enough, getting worse. Everybody's crying justice just as soon as their business first. Toe to toe, touch and go. Give a cheer and get your own souvenir.
People run around in circles. They don't know what they're headed for. Everybody's crying peace on earth just as soon as we end this war.
Yeah, straight ahead. Gotta knock 'em all dead. Pack your kit and choose your own hypocrite.
You don't have to go to Off-Broadway to see something that's plain absurd.
Everybody's crying mercy when they don't know the meaning of the word. Nobody knows the meaning of the
Sorry.
Okay, next one. Introduce me.
Oh, wait, the next person up is Ken. Yay, Ken, come on up.
That's okay. My name's Ken. Since I retired many, many years ago, I've been kind of wandering around to a variety of local music venues, and this place by far is the best one. I probably have said something similar in the past, and it's really heartfelt. I mean it. And the people that all the Ben, all the officers, Robert, Ron, the folks that you meet here are all pushing the music and getting you enthusiastic about doing things with music. And Holly was always at the forefront of that group. I think you could get the sense of it from the things that people said today. I was going to say much more about it, but a lot of things have been said already. Her good voice, the fact that she just encouraged everybody that no matter what you're playing, the kind of things you played. A couple of years ago down at the camp out down at Kilmarnock, which by the way is at the end of the month, talked to Craig back there. One of the best things you could do with your Memorial Day weekend, if you don't have something, trip around the world planned, this is the place to go. Maybe even instead of. At any rate, when I was down there, we had this big music circle going around. Neil's at one end playing on every one of the songs. By the way, when are the rest of you going to play? The rest of the European contingent going to come here? He was kind of the heart and soul around that, and I played this particular song, and after it, rather than somebody coming up and saying, oh, good job, nice job, what Holly said to me was, thank you for playing that song. She said she's a big fan of the Anne Murray songs, and this happened to be one. So I remember that, and a couple of times after that, when I came to play for the club, I would pick Anne Murray stuff just because Holly had said that. You don't have people say thank you, and I really much appreciated that. So. Flies so high and sings so good, and it brings to you what it sings to you. Like my brother the wren and I, well, it told me if I'd try I could fly for you. I wanna try for you, 'cause I wanna sing you a love song. I wanna rock you in my arms all night long. I wanna get to know you. I wanna show you the peaceful feeling of my home. Summer thunder on moon bright days, northern lights and skies ablaze, and I bring to you what I sing to you. Silver wings in a fiery sky show the trail of my love, and I sing to you. Love is what I bring to you.
I want to sing you a love song. I want to rock you in my arms all night long. I want to get to know you. I want to show you the peaceful feeling of my home. I want to show you.
Next up is Wayne J.
Here you go. Blue and blue. Put you in the middle of the stage. Test. Is that me or the sound system's not working? Okay. Anyway, I'm Wayne Jordan. This is the first time I've ever been here, and I'm pretty impressed. Been hearing about this place for 20 years and finally dragged myself out. I really didn't know Holly very well. Just over the years at Jim Clark's song sessions, used to always run into her, and on the Cayamo cruises. And back, some years ago, over at Jim's house, she pulled out a notebook that was full of pages of old songs from the 1960s. Every one of them was a great song. At that point, I took a look at her and I said, I got to get to know this auto harp player. She looks pretty interesting to me. Somehow that night we ended up playing a Bob Dylan song together, and from there on out, pretty much every song session, every time I ran into her, we'd play it together again. It was kind of interesting throwing an auto harp in. How often you get to play with an auto harp player? So this is a song that everybody in the room knows except maybe the 2 or 3 people who are under 10 years old. And they might know it too, as it's so universal. So I hope everybody will sing along with me on the choruses. It's called Blowin' in the Wind. How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man? And how many seas must the white dove sail before she can sleep in the sand? And how many times must the cannonballs fly before they are forever banned? Everybody now. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? Yes, and how many years can a people exist before they're allowed to be free? And how many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times can a man look up before he can see the sky? And how many ears must one man have before he can hear the people cry? And how many deaths does it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. I noticed that sing along with the choruses, but so many of you sing along with the verses because you all know it. Let's do the first verse one more time, and then we'll wrap it up. How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man? Don't be shy, sing out. And how many seas must the white dove sail before she can sleep in the sand? And how many times must the cannonballs fly before they are forever banned? Everybody, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Thank you all very much.
Next up is Tom Bodine. Hey, Tom. All right. Can you give Kathleen the purple? Kathleen the purple, please.
Kathleen the purple, please.
Purple. Probably down on the floor somewhere. Blue.
Maybe nature is up here.
Oh, wow. We want stand there where you are and all the fun stuff.
I'll do my best. I really don't know.
That's all I'm doing. We're all just doing our best.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's all the way.
She's in purple. Switch. Sorry, but it's not getting any. Huh? Try another one.
Check, check.
Try red instead.
Try red?
Yeah. Always very good.
Yep, now hang on just a second.
Red. Red pickup.
Check.
Try it again. Okay, I got it. There we go.
Yay. All right, well, the setup took a while. Here we go. We're gonna do a Bob Dylan song for you tonight. This is called "You're Gonna Make Me Lonesome When You Go." I've seen love go by my door. It's never been this close before. Never been so easy or so slow. I've been shooting in the dark too long. When something's not right, it's wrong. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. Dragging clouds so high above, I've always known careless love. It always has hit me from below. This time round it's more correct, right on target, so direct. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. Purple clover, queen and lace, crimson hair across your face. You could make me cry if you don't know. Can't remember what I was thinking of. You might be spoiling me too much love. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. Flowers on the hillside blooming crazy. Crickets talking back and forth in rhyme. Blue river running slow and lazy. I could stay with you forever and never realize the time. Situations have ended sad. Relationships, they've all been bad. Mine have been like Verlaines and Rambos. There's no way I can compare all those scenes to this affair. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. You're gonna make me wonder what I'm doing, staying far behind without you. You're gonna make me wonder what I'm saying. You're gonna make me give myself a good talking to. I will look for you in old Honolulu, San Francisco or Ashtabula. Gonna have to leave me soon, I know. See you in the sky above with the tall grass and the ones I love. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. Thank you very much, and thanks to all the wonderful songs tonight, and remembering Holly and all the kind words that were said. Up next, we have Roger Allen Johnson, the singer formerly known as Tex.
Tex, you sit here. Okay. I'll get you taken care of.
Well, any place that gives you pleasure. Okay, so this is a song.
I think I am. Okay.
One of the last songs I played with Holly, and in at the International Palms in Cocoa Beach. Whoop, am I stepping on something? We're good. Okay, are we all ready? It's in A for anybody who's keeping track. And it's also a sing-along. So, here we go. Well, if I was a sinner man, well, I tell you what I do. I'd quit my sinning and work on a building too. Working on a building, working on a building, working on a building for my Lord, for my Lord. It's a Holy Ghost building, it's a Holy Ghost building, it's a Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord. Well, if I was a drinking man, oh, well, I tell you what I do. I quit my drinking and work on a building too. Working on a building, working on a building, working on a building for my Lord, for my Lord. It's a Holy Ghost building, it's a Holy Ghost building, it's a Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord.
Well, if I was a prostitute, I'll tell you what I do. I'd quit my sinning and I'd work on a building too.
Working on a building, working on a building, working on a building for my Lord, for my Lord. It's a Holy Ghost building, it's a Holy Ghost building, it's a Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord. Well, if I was a preaching man, I'll tell you what I do.
What would you do?
I keep on preaching and work on a building too. Working on a building, working on a building, working on a building for my Lord, for my Lord. It's a Holy Ghost building, it's a Holy Ghost building, it's a Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord.
Hard to remember what you're supposed to do.
Oh, Steve. Steve Parker.
Steve Coffin.
Okay, we're getting near the end, guys. Hang on, hang in there.
Are you going back up again?
You can hear it, and I can't. Is that the way it's supposed to work?
Oh, I'll get it.
So I'm going to say the stories in the interest of time. I'll just say that probably the characteristic that I first noticed, and probably many of you as well, about Holly, is her voice, and how unique and powerful it was, whether she was singing or speaking. Just an arresting thing, and you find out pretty soon that it's a good thing to listen, because she generally had something worthwhile to say. And that thought prompted me to go learn this very old John Hyatt song that I've always loved. It's from the 1980s. I've never heard anybody play it. I've probably seen John Hyatt 15 times and never heard him play it. I've certainly never played it. We're all going to learn it together right now, because there's a simple chant that goes with it. It goes, we, oh, I, always twice, we, oh, I, they have come to haunt the children, they have come to walk the wind, I can hear them as they rustle through the trees, looking for the love that killed them so that they might live again. It's a simple prayer that brings me to my knees. Here it is. We, oh, I, we, oh, I. With drums and bells and rattles, they have caught us in our time to watch the eagle rise up from the fire. Is it true we are possessed by all the ones we leave behind? Or is it by their lives we are inspired? It's a new light, a new day, listening for the meaning, learning how to say it's a new place, but you've always been here, just listening to our voices with a new ear. It's the living and the dying that scares the young ones so. They can hardly catch their breath before too long. They see the tears we're crying and they watch that river flow. They follow along the bank until it's gone. We, oh, I surrender to the mountains, I surrender to the sea, I surrender to the one who calls my name. I surrender to my lover and to my enemy. I surrender to the face that holds no shame. It's a new light, a new day, listening for the meaning, learning how to say it's a new place. But we've always been here, we're just listening to our voices with a new ear. We, oh, I. There's a spider at my window and she spins a web of truth, more beautiful than all these memories. And she surely is God's artist, 'cause she's caught the morning dew. It's a simple prayer that brings me to my knees. We, oh, I.
course I get it all charted out.
Man, you need a vocal. No, no.
Oh, red.
Okay, good.
Ben and Niels agreed to wing this.
What could possibly go
We're
right?
arranging on the fly. When I think of Holly, I think of that look that she would get on her face when she would play.
What do you plug into, Ben?
She would lean back and
Red? Okay.
beam. And this is a tune that she and I played once, and she did that. She looked that way the whole time, and at the end of it, we both kind of looked at each other and went, ah. So I think of her when I play this. It's Josephine's Waltz. Elizabeth.
Elizabeth,
Yeah, I got it. Whoa. So it looks like there's two more to go. We're going to play that final song after. Any musicians that want to play, get ready so we can go right into it. And again, it's a cappella. Just stand wherever you want. Come up here if you want.
Wait a minute, hold on. I gotta turn you on. Okay. Elizabeth.
Hi.
My name is Elizabeth, and I have met Holly and Niels at Cedarville campout for the Dulcimer Disorganization of Greater Washington. And you all should come to that. It's at Memorial Day weekend and Labor Day weekend.
Sorry, can't do that.
The first time I heard Holly sing, she just blew me away. She sang the Tennessee Blues, and every time I've seen her since then, I've always asked her to sing that for me, and she usually did. So I'm part of a duo. Unfortunately, the better half of our duo couldn't make it today. So you're stuck with me. This is an Austrian instrument. I'm from Austria. It's called a steirische Harmonika. And we've been playing music like that at Cedarville, and I think Holly usually liked it. So I wasn't sure if I should play a polka or a waltz, but Josephine's waltz is really hard to beat. I mean, that was just beautiful. So it's going to be a polka. Okay.
So?
I'm sorry, second take.
Yeah, Demetrius should be here somewhere. There he is. Here's Demetrius.
Niels, you don't help set him up, please. Of course. I'll volunteer anybody.
They're standing there.
Just a microphone.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna plug in and this is passive mic.
Give him red pickup with the red mic, and that makes it easier for the old man.
Red on. Okay, I like orange, but red will do. Thanks.
It's cherry.
Orange is my favorite color. Oh, that's okay, man. I got to straighten out there. There we go. Appreciate it. Thank you. I am in. I've invited my friend Ron up here, man. Thanks. Hey, so thanks for sticking around for me closing out the show, I guess. Yeah. So.
Must be the headliners.
Yeah, something. So, real quick about Holly, man. So, Holly always said nice things to me. You know, she'd see me out in different places, and we play and sing and hang out, and that meant a lot to me. You know, I mean, it's always nice when people say nice things to you, but when you play or perform, but she
she was funny, man. You know, she was a hoot. You know, to be around, you could tell she was kind of a rascal. So, and I thought that was cool because, you know, like Ron, you know, he's a rascal too, and we kind of feed off of that kind of stuff, you know. So anyhow, so this song was written by Leon Russell, and Delaney and Bonnie wrote this piece, and I think the Carpenters made it huge, but a lot of people did it. Cher did it, and a couple other people. But anyhow, Ron's going to accompany on it. This is how I kind of hear the piece, and I hope you like it. It's called Superstar. Okay? Here goes nothing.
Long ago, and oh so far away, I fell in love with you before the second show. Your guitar, it sounds so sweet and clear, but you're not really here. It's just the radio. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? Said you'd be coming back this way again, baby. Baby, 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 oh baby, I love you, I really do. Loneliness, it's such a sad affair, and I can hardly wait to be with you again. What to say to make you come again? Come back to me again. Your sad guitar. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? Said you'd be coming back this way again, baby. Baby, 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 oh baby. Listen, I love you, I really do. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? Said you'd be coming back this way again, baby. Baby, 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 oh baby, I love you, I really do.
Thank you. Thank you. Jeff Smith, where are you? The one and only Jeff Smith, his lunchtime show. If you want to catch him on Facebook, he plays all these cool songs at lunchtime. Come on down, Jeff. Awesome.
We're going to play that one. Bill, could you turn this microphone? Check 1, 2, 1, 2. This is actually the Jeff Smith and the Human Wilderness String Band. We made an album with the four of us and Holly. She was on the CD too, called Up at the Late Night Moon, and she was the cherry on top. Actually, we went over to Neil's and Holly's house and recorded a live CD, and Neil's invited us all over to jam. And when we got there, all the recording equipment was set up, but we didn't really know any songs. So it went really well. It took a little while, but it was a fantastic, magical evening.
Well, the theory was, since we didn't know anything together, was to learn the song on the spot. And in my head, it was don't do it more than twice, because it would get stale. So that's what we did, and I'm real tickled with it. I think everybody did a great job. And my feeling on it, I always remember Holly being there. She was taking photos, and she sang backup on some tracks. And I don't know if I ever made her cry, but I made her laugh. And she always, she loved this song, and we're going to do it because she loved it, and I love these people. It was a year ago today, you ran out of my life. Did not even stop to say goodbye. As bitter as a biscuit soaking up the yellow snow. You came from knowing I was the one, the very last to know. You won't hear no barking, no hollering, no sweep of the night up at the late night moon. For all those nasty things you said and for kicking me out of bed. You've been forgiven though your mother's dog is dead. Well, when I say that I was not hurt, you know that I'm there till the end with a lot of long letters signed, your best friend. That dark got dark and then got darker. Drank myself a pack of lies. One of them being there's some that not all dogs can fly. You won't hear no barking, nor howling, nor screeching tonight up at the late night moon. For all those nasty things you said and for kicking me out of bed. You've been forgiven though your mother's dog is dead. All right, Marcy.
Sorry about the dog.
Now some people thinking your mom is one. Think I might have dialed back on what I've done. Everybody said it was not the thing to do. But me and her, we're okay now. I see her about 3 or 4 times a year. I even trained her monkey to fetch us beer. Won't hear no barking, no howling, no screeching tonight up at the late night moon. For all those nasty things you said for kicking me out of bed. You've been forgiven though your mother's dog is dead. Thanks so much. Good night, Holly.
Jeffrey T. Smith.
If you're going to West Virginia this weekend, I'll see you there. At the Purple Field.
He's kind of like a Walmart greeter there at the state line.
Yeah. We have a sing-along now, don't we?
Oh, you gonna leave there?
Just stay up, yeah.
All right, all right. Drink.
Well, we don't need any sound for this. All the musicians who want to play, I got the music for you on one side, the lyrics on the other side. How can you play it? Read the lyrics at the same time. Just play, don't sing, okay?
Everybody who played and everybody who came out and everybody who watched, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
There were more than 35 players. I counted and I counted and I got 35 or 36. There may have been more. I may have forgotten a few. And there were certainly at least 10 volunteers in addition to that. And I just have to say how proud and grateful I am to be a part of this magnificent community who has all of these great players and great people. And so we thank Silver Strings for a wonderful showcase. And we thank Niels and his wonderful family from Amsterdam. And we especially thank Holly for being a part of our community for such a long and wonderful time. And I know she's going to continue to be with us. She'll be here more often because she won't have to be away when she's on a cruise anymore. She'll always be here. And she'll be on the cruise and everywhere else she wants to be. So it's pretty cool. We always need help to put away the equipment. So if you are so inspired, please help do that. And next week is a concert. The week after that is the 33rd anniversary. And while you're thinking about all the things you're thinking about in the next 2 weeks, wrap up some CDs for recycling at the party, because that's everybody brings CDs and we give them away during the party. So we'll see you next week, or we'll wish you wonderful travels and look forward to seeing y'all again sometime soon. Good night.